Hi everyone, it's Lisa Mears. Thank you for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be working with a stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. It is the Lysianthus stamp set, which is part of their brand new release called Happy and Joyful. Here's a look at the stamp set. It is a very large stamp set. You can see the beautiful flower here. And there are several sentiments. There are 3 different congratulations sentiments. There are the word congratulations in 2 different fonts, and there's a congratulations on your retirement. There's also sending love and hugs, so proud of you, thinking of you, best wishes, happy anniversary, and there are also 3 different birthday sentiments. You can see the different fonts here, and here's a very large one, which that's the one I'm going to use today on my slimline card, and then there's a wishing you a wonderful birthday on the very top. So I'm going to start out by taking a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock and stamping out the large floral image. I'm going to be using my Ranger archival ink. This is the Black Soot ink. And I'm using that archival ink because I'm going to be using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens, which are water-based, and I want to make sure that I have an ink that's not going to smear. It will take me a few times to ink up this stamp because it is such a large stamp, just to get it all inked up. And once I have it all inked up, I'll go ahead and start my coloring. So I am going to be using some purple shades, and for this particular flower, I decided to start with the tops of those petals. I wanted to make them the darkest, so I'm coming in with my darkest shade of purple, which is going to be the deep violet, and then I come in with my next darkest color, which is violet, followed by the next shade, which is lilac and English lavender. And once I have all 4 of those purple colors, I come in with the blender and I blend those colors out. Now I am going to keep a lot of white on these petals. I'm going to keep the petals closest to the bottom of the flower white. So I'm actually not putting any coloring on that white part. So I'm just using the white color in the paper for that part of the image. So here again, I'm going on to the next petal, starting with the darkest color. Again, the deep violet followed by the violet, lilac, English lavender, and then coming in with my blender and just blending that out. And then I'm going to do that for all of my petals. So when I was thinking about what color I wanted to color for this flower, I did go online just to search this flower, and I did find an image that really caught my eye, and that is my inspiration for my coloring. And I'm going to pop that here up on the screen so you can take a look. So here's that image, and I really liked the way that the purple is just on the tips of those petals. So that was what I was going for with my coloring today. So all of my petals will be colored the same exact way with the same colors. I will have all of my colors listed down in the description box below in case you want to duplicate any of these colors. And I will also have all of the supplies that I use in this video linked down below as well. So for the middle part of that flower, I do bring in some yellow. I think that the purple and yellow go really nice together, and I always love that color combination. I use the yellow color for the dark, and I put that at the very bottom and come in with the lemon yellow at the top. Next, I color the leaves with 3 shades of green. I'm coloring over the lines on the leaf with my darkest color, which is my light green. I color over that with the fluorescent green and followed by the May green, and then I just come in with my blender and I blend those colors out. And I do that for all of the leaves. So all of the leaves are done exact same way. And then the smaller flowers are also colored with my yellow Zig markers. Just wanted to bring out more of that yellow. So same process with the darker yellow, which is just the yellow color at the bottoms, and then the lemon yellow at the tops. And then at the very end, I'm going to come in with my blender and I'm just going to go over the shades of purple one more time just to make sure I have a very smooth blend in those colors. Now I do want to mention that if you don't have this blender marker, a water brush will do the same thing. So you can simply just take either a water brush or a paintbrush and put it in some water and then blend your colors out with the water. But I chose to use my blender. Now when you color with the blender or even a paintbrush with water on the end, some of that ink is going to be left behind on the bristles. So it's important that before you transition to a different color that you clean off your tip of your bristles before moving on to the next color. Otherwise, you might transfer color to other parts of your image. So next, I'm going to start putting my card together. I die cut a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock using a die from Trinity Stamps, and it does have a stitching around the edge, which I love. And I'm going to be using a stencil from Pink Fresh Studio. This is the Diamond Plaid stencil. It is a 2-layer stencil. And I'm going to go ahead and use some pixie spray to spray on the back of that stencil just to hold it down onto that cardstock. And then I'm going to hold that with my magnets, and I'm going to be using some yellow inks because I wanted to bring out more of the yellow in my card. And the inks that I'm going to be using are also Pink Fresh Studio inks. I'm going to start with the darker ink, which is the Sunshine ink, just along the edges. And then I'm going to come in with my lighter ink, which is the Lemon Whip ink, and that's going to fill in the middle. So once I ink up that first layer, I remove it, and then I'm going to put some pixie spray on the back of the second layer of the stencil and then add it to my cardstock. And then I'll hold that down with my magnets as well. And then I'll ink up those lines on the stencil. And I'm using my lightest ink. This is the Lemon Whip ink. So here's a look at that design. I love that plaid, it's so pretty. And then I'm going to place that panel into my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp out the sentiment. I wanted to use the large happy birthday. I thought it was a great size for a slimline card. So I just put the flower image, which I did, by the way, fussy cut out. I'm not sure if there are dies that go with this set. There might be, and if there are, I will link them below. But I went ahead and just fussy cut it out, positioned it there so that I knew where to put my stamp. I'm going to go ahead and add that flower image to my panel. And it does go off the ends just a little bit, which is not a big deal. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip that over and use some scissors to cut off the leaves. I took a piece of purple cardstock from my stash and used the same Trinity Stamps die set, just a larger stitched rectangle die, and die cut out another panel. So now I have stitching on the purple as well. Layered those two panels together and then added that to a slimline card base that measures 8.5 inches by 3.5 inches. I'm using some pearls from Pretty Pink Posh. These are the Sunshine pearls and the Lilac pearls, and I'm just adding those to the card front. And that completes my card. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more card making tutorials. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.